Okay, good again. Okay, this is my power steering rack and pinion. It's off NC Fairlane and 92 model. And this is one I took off the car because it was just whining badly, and you know I'd replaced the pump I suppose 2 years ago, so that shouldn't be had it yet. But yeah, it's just constant air in there and yeah, constant whining, and I suspected that it was just worn out, and I actually replaced it with a spare one, and it just worse than this one. Actually, the spare one's got a whole lot of movement down here between the pinion and the rack itself. However, there does appear to be adjustments in it. I could fix that, but yeah, it wasn't until I actually had it almost out that I discovered what the problem was anyway. And all these nuts on these external pipes had come loose, and this one here was actually leaking fluid out, squirting it out. It was actually squirting onto the chassis, but that must have only just happened because it's never really, the fluid level has never actually gone down. I kept a check on it over time, and it's never leached fluid, so that must have only just started. But what I think was happening is that it was drawing air in rather than leaking out. I mean, the thing was greasy, obviously it was seeping a little bit, but then again, so is the engine previously too, so it's hard to tell what's power steering fluid and what's engine oil. And yeah, I still haven't got around to cleaning under there, but maybe one day. But anyway, as I said, I suspect it was actually sucking air in through these loose pipes, so I've since tightened them up. And yeah, you see these boots are shot. So I bought some new boots, they were cheap enough. Cost me $35 for a pair. No, if I put one end on already. Yeah. So what's sort of important here is to, when your boots break like that, you're going to end up with dirt in there. And so, yeah, I sort of wiped it as best I can. And you're sort of hesitant when you got dirt on there. Like I wiped around here, and I've actually wiped in there, but I was thinking it probably wasn't a good idea because you don't want to be forcing dirt into it. Like even re-greasing these, you can't really do it properly without taking those tabs off and undoing it, taking it off. And unless you're going to replace it, or don't know if there's any adjustment in this one or not. Probably not. Doesn't look like there's an adjustment in it. So unless you're going to replace them, I wouldn't suggest pulling them apart anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and spray. Like, there isn't a lot of dirt in it, it's just a little bit. I'm just going to try and clean it off. I said I'm trying to not push the dirt into it. You're cleaning it to try and keep the dirt out of the joint. So you don't want to be forcing the dirt in there while you're cleaning it. There is grease in there. I don't see any need to pack more grease in it. You probably could, but yeah, it's already, there's grease there, it's clean, so I'm just going to leave that. Okay, the other part, I'll force a little bit of grease in there now that I've cleaned the dirt out of the way. Maneuver it around a bit. Doesn't appear to be any more dirt in there. Okay. The other thing we've got there And this, I mean, some of it would have got in there around the threads, but this has probably just mostly got in there just from unbolting it, taking it off the car, and from sitting in the shed. So once again, you don't want the dirt going inside it. So tilt it up a little bit and try and wash it out. Facing inside. Right now I'm cleaning around where the pipes are going to clamp against, and then I'll spray a little bit inside it. Right, done out. So, okay, there's still a little bit of scum in there. So if I can loosen that with a brush. No, it's not letting me do it. Okay. As I said, and see your pipe's got to clamp up here too, so you don't want to scratch it, score it. So yeah, in doing this with a screwdriver like this, just be careful not to scratch it. As I said, when I'm cleaning this just around the base of the thread, this is probably in here for a long time, because the pipe would have clamped on it, the thread wouldn't have screwed all the way in because it's pushing on the actual pipe. So anyway, I'll loosen that. Yeah, you do this, so you probably work better with brake clean or carby clean, because one, they're a solvent, not a lubricating fluid, and they also come down under a higher pressure. But this is all I've got, and so it's going to have to do. And yep, appears that we've got that off now. Yeah, looks reasonable. Okay, I'm going to recheck these. I'll just give those a little squirt too. Help it come off eventually. Clean it, loosen up a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Going to chuck a little bit of grease in. I just used my finger, but it's so far down there and I'd ended up with it all over my hands. So we'll get something up, I don't know. Okay. I'm just going to wedge a bit in there. Wedge it in. Okay. Now the place I'm going to put grease is just here. I probably should use rubber grease or something. I think a lot of that's just a gimmick. I mean, there is different types of grease, but I can't say regular grease affecting rubber anyway. Some of the cars, you get all the grease and shit all over it, you know. If it's not able to coat with that little bit of oil at least, it's not going to last long anyway, is it? But yeah, because I've taken the nut off the end. The reason I put that little bit of grease in there, so there is a reason for that.
is where your rubber sits, that little cutaway. I'll have to wind that in anyway, get the other clamp on, but the other cable tie anyway. And this one up here, do that up tight, because you know what, they come off, that's most likely to come off. I mean, this one, even if it moved out of position, it wouldn't really make any difference. So, yeah, in reality, it probably doesn't even need this cable tie at all anyway. But yeah, that one up there, you might tighten that one tight. Actually, I'll wipe that clean a bit in a minute. Yeah, you can't wind this by hand. It's too tight. So I could probably push it or not. Oh, yeah. Okay, put the other one on. Anyway, yeah, so this one, as I said, this probably isn't even necessary, but put it on anyway. But yeah, you only want it tight enough so it stays within that slot. Yeah. You want this to be able to move on the, because these, you know, especially when you're adjusting your steering column, yeah, if that's twisting this all up like that, it's eventually going to tear. These will turn that little bit anyway as you're driving backwards and forwards. So you actually want that to have just a little bit of movement in it, and that will prolong the life of your rubber. If this is twisting against twin steer like this constantly, it's going to tear that much quicker. Alright, did this whole thing anyway. Finish the job on camera. I'm going to do it quick. Alright. You want that one tight. You don't want that coming off. And as I said, when that, if you didn't have that cable tie on it, if that cable tie breaks so it's not loose, when this pulls right out, it will come off. So yeah, you make sure that stays on. So, yeah, as I mentioned already, you could probably get away with not having this one at all. I mean, even if it did move up and down the shaft, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to really make any difference. It's not going to bother. So, okay, we'll just go to I did tighten these ones up before, but I'll recheck them. And if you're doing this on a Fairlane or an eBay Falcon, I don't know if it's different with the 6-cylinder, but with the V8 it's a real drama getting these bolts in. That one you can do with a socket. If you've got enough extensions, you can right out through the exhaust manifold up to the top of the engine. You can get to that one. This one is just a major pain in the bum. I had a lot of trouble getting the other one out, in and out. You can get a spanner on it and you get like that much movement, about 3 inches, and you're going to manoeuvre the spanner, come back again, and it's like you go the full amount of turn, and then when you come back, it's not enough to relocate the spanner. You've got to turn the spanner upside down or something, or try and get the open. It was just
He said it was a month or so ago since I did it, but I remember it being an absolute pain, and yeah, I think I'm going to be making a special tool for that, and if I do, I'll make another video and show you. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. So yeah, thanks for watching, and catch you next one.